I missed 4. Wait, hold on. Hi everyone, I'm Donna.
Hi, I'm Rosie.
We are the sisters and founders of Surprise Ride, and this is our second video in the awesomely new video series where we bring you all things startup, Shark Tank, and anything else on your mind. So today we are excited. We're going to tell you one of the questions that we heard from you is, what was it like to go on Shark Tank? So we wanted to just give you a little bit of background about how we ended up on the show. We were part of a startup program out in Boston, and we heard that the producers of Shark Tank, one of our very favorite shows, they were looking for tech companies to feature on the next season. So we thought, well, everyone always tells us we should go on Shark Tank. Of course, they're crazy. What are the chances we're going to get on? It's like 1 in a million.
We really thought everyone was crazy. Whenever we would meet anyone, they would say, by the way, I have a cold. That's why I sound like this.
Rosie's sick.
Very stuffy. But anyways, they kept saying you should go on Shark Tank, and we kept thinking, yeah, right. What are the chances that we would get on? There's so many people that apply, over 40,000 applicants, et cetera, et cetera. And then sure enough.
So we got the email address of one of the producers, and we thought, well, there's no harm in sending out an email. We may never hear back, but hey, you never know. So we emailed him and we said, we are huge fans of the show, and one of the reasons we watch the show is because of the awesomely cool products and also the stories, so we wanted to tell you a little bit more about us. So we shared Surprise Ride and the idea of getting kids to be more creative and delivering fun activities to their door. And then we told them our story, which we can cover maybe in a future video.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Okay, cool. So, and then within 5 minutes, we heard back and we were like, oh my God, what is happening? He actually replied.
He replied saying, like, give me a call, and we were freaking out.
Yeah, it was like 3 words.
Yeah.
Give me a call. 4 words. That's 4 words. And so we gave him a call and we chatted a little bit about the company and ourselves. And then he said, well, this sounds interesting. I don't know if it'll go anywhere, but can you send me a video of you two telling me more about the product and answering a few questions about it? All the questions, all the things that basically come up in the segments, like how much money are you raising, how much ownership would you be willing to give up, how much sales have you generated, where do you think the business is going to go, why did you start it, etc., etc. So it was actually a holiday weekend and nobody was around, so we scrambled to find someone to film it for us, and we sent him a video, and then this was like...
We can release the video.
We can release the video now?
We
weren't allowed to release the video in the first year, but we can. Okay, yeah. Maybe we will. If you really want to see the audition video, let us know. Hit like or let us know, and then we'll think about it. It's a little embarrassing.
We cringe whenever we watch it.
We do.
But it's real.
It is. Yeah. It's real. So then it takes months and months to hear back, and then they show the audition tape to the execs, and it goes through more and more screening processes. And then finally, after all these other steps, we had to submit a huge application. Do you remember how many?
Oh my
it
God.
was, I think it was
We were signing our life away. It got to
pages.
a point where we couldn't even read the pages anymore, and I was just signing. Like, I don't know.
You had to answer a ton of questions and show your financials and all this stuff that you have to prove that you're a real company with a real product. And then we got, I think it was was it a phone call?
We did.
I don't even remember because there were so many steps. I think we got a phone call.
We did get a phone call.
Yes, it was a phone call.
Was it
It was a voicemail.
Yeah.
That said, we would like to fly you out to Los Angeles to film. And
oh my God,
we were running
so
around.
cool.
I think it was a CVS. We were running around inside the CVS going, oh my God, we're going to be on Shark Tank. We were so excited.
It was crazy.
And then we had to prepare. Remember what that was like?
That was crazy.
You want to tell them a little bit about it?
Oh yeah. So we had to prepare. We didn't have a lot of time before we were going to fly out there. So I think we had 2 weeks, was it? Do you remember?
Yeah, it was about 2 weeks.
2 weeks? Yeah, so 2 weeks to get our product ready. So back then, our product was getting sent in a cardboard box, so it wasn't the one that you see behind us now. And so we wanted to make a custom box for the sharks that is the one that you see now. So we had to scramble to get that done, printed and ordered, and then we had to get their boxes ready, the ones that you actually saw on the show, the table, I mean, and prepping, just even prepping for the questions that they were gonna ask us. So there's a lot that goes into it, not just with getting your physical product ready, but then also getting yourself ready to talk to these really, really smart people about what you do in your dream, and you know what you want to accomplish with their money that they're going to hopefully give you.
And people don't realize that the show is basically shot live, meaning that they never yell cut and have you redo your pitch. You go up there and you prep a 2-minute pitch, and that's all you prep with the producers. So once you go up there, if you stumble on a word or you forget your pitch,
That's it.
tough luck.
Yeah.
You turn right back around in that hallway and you go home, and that's months and months, and a huge opportunity that's lost. So it was nerve-wracking. Yes, it was absolutely nerve-wracking. Someone asked us if we were nervous, and the short answer is yes.
It was crazy. So then we finally flew out to LA, which was amazing. We had our own trailer, which was really cool. And when I say our own, as in they printed a sign that said like Donna and Rosy trailer, and they stuck it to the door.
Hey, that's pretty cool.
But that was really cool for us.
With our own bathroom. It's very old school. We probably have some pictures. We'll try to share some of the pictures.
Yeah, that
we
would
have.
be awesome. So we had our own trailer, and then we finally, you know, you go there a couple of days ahead of actual filming. So you do kind of a dress rehearsal in front of the producers. You practice your pitch with your producers. You get 2 producers that you work with individually.
We loved our producers.
Yeah, they were really, really awesome. They were just such sweethearts. And so it really is a whole process before you actually do film in front of the sharks. So then the day came when we were actually going to film in front of the sharks, and we, you know, had to get our table ready, the one that you see during the actual episode. We were in there for an hour and a half, so it was a really long time, and they condensed that down to 10 minutes.
Yeah, so all of a sudden we're in the green room, which is the room right next to the stage, I guess. And they called us out on the little
by the
speaker.
way, you don't meet the sharks before you pitched.
Absolutely no
Nothing.
contact. In fact, if there is any contact with one of the sharks before,
You're out.
legally, you can't be on the show. So Kevin, who's now our investor, Kevin O'Leary, always tells people, if you see him on the street or at a restaurant, do not stop him and pitch him your idea, because the second he hears it, he can no longer actually hear it live on TV. So
Right.
that's really something.
Yeah, that's a really good tip.
Good tip to know. But we're in the green room, and suddenly they say, okay, surprise ride is up next, you know, send them in. And so we walk through the backstage, and we get set up.
It's really a huge studio, by the way.
Huge
It looks like
studio.
a very intimate little room where the sharks are, but they're actually really far away from each other. So they're not how they appear on TV. They're really kind of, there's a
It's quite a few feet between each person.
it's so interesting.
Yeah.
And the room is massive. It's a huge room. The studio is huge. It was Sony
beautiful.
Pictures. Yeah,
Yeah.
so massive.
So all of a sudden, Rosie and I were just kind of going through the motions. Okay, we're walking, we got PA here, and then all of a sudden we see someone come in front of us and go. And then the doors opened. Do you remember that moment? And Rosie and I didn't even have a moment to look at each other.
Give ourselves a couple of words of encouragement.
We can do this. This is gonna be awesome. So all of a sudden the doors opened, and there's no music in real life like you hear on TV. So I was kind of hearing it in my head because
Me
I
too,
love
me
the
too.
show and I've watched it so many
Yeah,
times.
me too.
And then we started just walking down the hallway.
And there
then
really is a hallway.
there's a hallway with
yeah.
tanks.
And that's at the same time. It's not like you film the hallway, you do it a couple of times. No, you walk once. That's it. If you
Right.
stumble or trip
You
or
pray
whatever.
that you are not going to trip, because of course you're wearing heels, because you want to look good. You're going on national TV.
So if you are gonna walk down that hallway, make sure you wear those shoes that you're gonna wear a couple of times before.
And Rosie's a little taller than me, so I wanted to be the same height as her, or as close as I could get. In any case,
so Donna had really high
high
heels,
heels.
but you did good.
I did. And then
Yeah.
we walked down the hallway, and all of a sudden you're in front of the sharks. And then we ended up staying in there for about an hour and a half, from the moment when we started our pitch until they asked us a ton of questions, and until the end. let's not go through.
Okay.
Because this is already
a little long. Yeah.
Yeah, this is already a long video. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thank you so much.
If you want to know what happened during that hour and a half and how it was to talk to the sharks and what they were like in real life, we would love to tell you more in the next video series, which is next week. So tune in, and if you have more questions, we can get them answered. So just write them down in the comments box, and we will tell you more.
Yay! Thank
Have
you
a
so
great
much.
week.
Bye.